Clay Frederick of the horror franchise, back at it with a brand new video. If you're noticing something different here, it's because I have a brand new camcorder and it's 4K. So I don't know if it's really showing any better quality. Now, as far as the sound goes, I hope you guys can hear me well enough. Because I noticed when I was testing it, the camera pointing directly at me, the sound seemed a little bit lower. But when I record from behind, they can hear me just fine. But I hope you can hear me just fine. So I kind of want to do a little update on this little series that I've been doing on the live part of my channel, which is called Stream Series Live. Something that I started doing for the past, 2-3 weeks now. I've been pretty much streaming almost every day, and I pretty much covered Friday the 13th, the game, Dead by Daylight, of course, attempted to do the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, Fortnite, and just recently have been wrestling around with Predator Hunting Grounds. So I thought I'd kind of jump on here and kind of go over my review for it. I also attempted to do Tomb Raider. I forgot to bring that up. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. I tried to play that, and I just got bored. I don't know if I'm going to continue from there. I may not. I don't know. Things are just, I'm just doing them on the fly. In case you guys haven't noticed me doing any live streams, I've been doing them almost every day. And if you see me live, check me out. If not, then that's okay. So, the reason why I wanted to do this video is for pretty much anybody who has watched my live streams and have noticed how antagonistic, negative, and angry and frustrated that I have been acting, mainly when I stream Dead by Daylight. Now let's go back to the beginning when I started doing this. Excuse me. Friday the 13th again. I started with that because it is the online asymmetrical game that got me into the world of ASIMs. It was the very first experience I've had, and I played offline bots, single player challenges, virtual cabin, all the offline stuff because the server shut down this past year. I have truly enjoyed every moment of it. I was right when I was starting it out on YouTube. Now, granted, am I new to the streaming platform? Not particularly. I kind of have been messing around with Twitch for a couple of years, and I have like 52 followers on there, I guess. But the last time I attempted to stream that, I just didn't do very well for me. Now, I could go back to that eventually. Who knows? If you guys aren't familiar with that channel, it's Carl Frederick 92, the same name I am on PlayStation 5. And I'm linked in there, so you should be able to find me on there. Nothing too crazy about it. I just thought I would make it easier if I just did it on my own YouTube channel, the horror franchise. So that's what I've been doing. And the results really, well, let's continue from where I left off because I got off topic, sorry. Forgive me if you hear that wind. It's super windy out here. So, after completing 3 different videos, technically 4, the first one was kind of a test. The second one was pretty much the official first stream, and I have those numbered, by the way. I have like 26 of them now. So I thought I'd kind of go through a history of numbered stream services I do. And Friday the 13th was the first one I wanted to do. Did the offline bots, challenges, virtual cabinet, 3 different videos. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Then I branched off to Dead by Daylight. And I thought I wanted to do like a little survivor tournament of my own where I play each and every single survivor that I have. I have most of them, except for maybe 2 or 3 that I don't own at all. And I thought I would go through them all in the first wave in different stages and pretty much dumb it down to who is the last survivor standing. If you want to know who won, it would be Rain, the legendary character for Ellen Ripley in the Survivor class, Dead by Daylight. There it is. She won. And going through this was where things really shifted badly. I went from being all hopeful, positive, to being super negative, antagonistic, angry, and just purely and simply pissed off. And it ain't. If you know my opinion on Dead by Daylight, which I kind of said something on an earlier video I did, I have a love-hate relationship with Dead by Daylight. I absolutely love the game, the core game design, the fact that you get to play so many people from different licenses in all walks of life. Halloween, Resident Evil, Hellraiser, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, Stranger Things, Dungeons and Dragons. I don't care about Dungeons and Dragons, but you know what I'm talking about. Just all walks of life. Even Chucky, aliens in it. You got original killers. You have original survivors. You got all characters. And it's a game where you got my favorite video game character of all time, Jill Valentine, crossing paths with Lara Croft herself here. By the way, I have a figure of her. I have a figure of a bunch of characters. I even got my Black Widow sitting next to me right here. But we'll get to that later. In a game where you even Walking Dead, Rick Grimes, Daryl, Michonne, Maggie, Nicolas Cage is even in it. There are so many things that are awesome about Dead by Daylight. However, here's where the hate part begins. I absolutely despise the community. Love the game. Love everything it has to offer. But it's the way the community treats the game. And it ain't the developers' fault. It's not just them. It's the community. The community butchers and abuses everything in their power, and they go out of their way to make your life as miserable as possible. They will do it. I'm not saying everyone in the community is this way. I am telling you, and this is from experience and as a fact, for me, it couldn't be. Anyways, they're all garbage. They're trolls, they're toxic, they're scum of the fucking earth, and I hate them all. They will go out of your way. They will go out of their way to make your gaming experience miserable. I have never in my years played a game that has triggered me in such a bad way. And I know there's a lot of people that feel the same way. And that's why a lot of people quit playing a game. I'm very persistent with it until I'm about to break something. And I have broken controllers and headsets over this game. And I've even punched a hole in a wall here and still have it covered up to this day. And no game's ever done that to me. Friday the 13th, there was a couple times where I would punch a wall, but that was minor in comparison. Dead by Daylight is the only game that has driven me to the point of misery, anger, and just absolute entitlement. Absolute entitlement. I have seen videos over the years where I see these people completely lose their fucking minds over what somebody else does, and they will go out of their way to go outside of the game to threaten, harass, death threats, you name it, all that stuff over a video game. Now, I wouldn't go that far. I just get pissed off and cuss at them and just, that's it. And punch something or throw something, but that's as far as I go. I don't go out of, now yeah, I've said I wish death on them all. Yeah, I've done that. But I don't mean like actually would go out of my way to go to their house or figure out their address or any of that stupid shit just to kill them over a video game. That is not who I am. Dead by Daylight shows the worst side of humanity. It just does. Now, if you're a person who plays it for a couple of games a day, you'll be okay. But if you repeatedly play this game, and if you put your life into it, if you have nothing else to play, it's 24/7 for a while, it's going to kill you. It's going to destroy you mentally. It's going to suck the soul out of you, and it's going to turn you into the worst side of you that you have never seen before in your life. And I know this for a fact because it's done it to me. And that's why I take hiatuses from this game. Every time I would stream this game on Twitch, this is the reason I don't stream on Twitch, by the way. Excuse me, the gods have summoned to kill me by all. Oh my god. I'm getting off topic, I'm sorry. That's the reason why I don't play Twitch. I streamed it Dead by Daylight one time on there, and it was the Walking Dead chapter. Just came out. Just came out. I played like, not very many, I played like an hour maybe of it, and it just, somebody in there triggered me to the point where I just damn near broke everything, and I quit streaming. I just gave up. And another thing about streaming, nobody really watches. I have over 1,000 subscribers, and I'm betting you a majority of them probably don't even do gaming. They just don't want to watch my gaming content, and that's perfectly fine. If you don't want to watch my streams, that's okay. I'm not saying I'm forcing you to watch my stuff. That just discourages you. That's not what I do. If you want to watch, that's cool. If you don't want to, then that's okay too. That's okay. I'm just trying to get my point across. I'm going to try my best to be a better person. Because I feel like I'm humiliated. I feel like that I should make up for those that have watched my streams and have seen that side of me. And I don't like showing that side of myself, because when I get that way, I'm pretty pessimistic and I assume the worst in everything and everyone. And I don't want to be that. That's why I try to be more hopeful and optimistic, especially when I'm making videos like this. I'm going on my rant. It's like a rant video pretty much. This is just to say I'm sorry for showing that side of myself if you have watched my streams and have actually witnessed my anger. And you'll probably go into my live selections and my playlists, which is Stream Series Live, and you'll probably see that. Mostly through my Dead by Daylight videos, because Dead by Daylight is the one game that triggers me to the point of insanity. That's all it is. Friday the 13th has barely ever done that. Now we move on to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think we're done talking about Dead by Daylight. Love the game, hate the community, they can go fuck themselves. Not all of them, but a vast majority of them. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I tried to stream that a couple of times. That game is so broken and unbalanced and overpowered no matter what side I'm on. Every time I play Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, this could be a skill issue, by the way. I might as well just throw that in there. I don't care. It's every single time. I play victim. The family members rush to kill all of you. In 5 seconds to a minute or two, everyone's dead. Or I'm specifically targeted and everybody else gets out. Now, when I play as a family member, the victims rush, bully the shit out of me and everyone else, and they're out in 5 seconds. Or in a minute or two. It's like the roles reverse. It doesn't matter what side I play. I get screwed over. I get screwed over. Now that's another thing. I think the core game design is awesome. I think the fact you get to play 3 family members, killers, is great. Against 4 victims. And you don't have to play the same person. That's the thing that why the lobbies suck in that game. If they can't play a certain character, they're just going to leave. And then you got to wait forever for another person, especially when our family members are trying to queue in. That's another thing why the game is so dead in the water. Lobbies suck. And when you do get in a match, the match only lasts like a minute or two. Because everybody is rushing and sweating their ass off Where's the slow vibe? This game was meant to be played in a stealthy manner. That's not there. Everyone just rushes to get the kill as fast as possible or rushes to get out as fast as possible. How is that any fun? That is not fun. That's why if you noticed my videos, I don't go out of my way to be noisy. I try to be stealthy. I like to play stealthy. I like to be immersed into the world. And that's what makes it feel awesome. The core game design of Texas Chainsaw Massacre game is awesome. You feel like you're in the world of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Again, coincidentally, the community has to ruin it. And I will give, the fact that Gun Interactive, the fact that they gave up was that kind of irritated the shit out of me too. I wasn't very happy either. Nobody was happy. That was just inexcusable. And I'll tell you the reason why they bailed to begin with is because of you, the community who plays the game and treats them horribly. Because they didn't want to deal with your petty asses. That's exactly what it is. The community is the reason Gun bailed to begin with. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. But from what I pay attention, God, if I had to deal with people like that on a daily basis, like on Dead by Daylight, I would lose my mind too and probably just bail myself. But still, Gun Interactive, they're in the wrong for doing what they did. Saying that the game had reached its full potential. It never reached its full potential. For one thing, you had all these other plans. But anyways, I digress. But we'll get to Halloween the game here shortly because they're involved with that as well. But they're not the lead developers. We're going to get to that here shortly. Texas Chainsaw Massacre had so much promise and potential to be a great game. It has been completely gutted to the ground because of not only Gun, but the community as well have ruined it because, as I've said before, they would rather rush and sweat their ass off instead of playing the game properly, the way it's meant to be played. So I just gave up playing that. Now, I could be lying. I could stream it later because I have it sitting right on my entertainment center because I thought about breaking it out to give it another shot, but we will see how that goes. Fortnite. Fortnite doesn't really trigger me. Now, yeah, I get irritated and frustrated when I'm getting blasted by people left and right, and then I'm dead in 2 seconds. But when I shoot them, that takes like 100 bullets to get their shields down and health down, and then they're dead. But I get shot twice, I'm dead. That's just a pet peeve I got. Anyways, the problem with me streaming Fortnite is the copyright stuff. The music, the emotes, all this other background music and such. I just keep getting copyrighted and I can't get monetized or nothing on it. Now, I can't get paid on it because I'm not set up to get paid, which I will be planning on doing that by next year in 2026 when I get my W-2s, and I'm going to try to get my tax information and all that stuff and try to see if I can get paid doing videos and such. Try to do it because I know when Halloween the game comes out, I'm going to be all in, and I'm going to put a lot into that game, but we'll get to that. We're on Fortnite. I'd like to go off topic, so I'm sorry. I like to go off topic, and I hate doing it, but I'm sorry, and I just repeated myself because I'm just going with the flow here. Fortnite is a fun game. Again, all these other crossovers with other characters is great. And I only play Zero Build. When I first started playing, this was before Zero Build was even a thing. They had the regular game mode, which is Battle Royale, where you're building and all that stuff. It's just sweat, 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 sweat. There it is. Again, sweat. Sweat. The same old thing applies. You have all these people who have to sweat their ass off just for your pathetic win. I'm a Black Widow main, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. I miss my Black Widow. And I can't focus on there because it is what it is. Anyways, I love my Black Widow, and she's beautiful. So there's that. Fortnite's a fun game. I do enjoy playing it, but I'm not that great at it. And the fact that I get copyrighted every time, the two times I streamed, I got copyrighted, and I even avoided getting the copyright with the music. It's either somebody's emoting or all that, and I have emoted. I'm just thinking, whatever. I'm just going to get copyrighted no matter what I do. But I can't stream that game because of that, and I don't want to get any copyright-stricken stuff going on my channel. So Fortnite's out of the game. Can't stream that. I'll post videos about it on my channel as long as I can cut out the music and such, which I'm good at doing that. I can do that. That's why I haven't streamed Fortnite very much. Now we got Predator Hunting Grounds, a game by Ilphonic, the developers that are making Halloween the game, who were also were involved with Friday the 13th the game, with the roles flipped over, where Gunn and was the main core developers of Friday the 13th, with Ilphonic as the live service aspect, marketing and all that. The roles reversed for Halloween the game. Let me repeat myself. Halloween is not a Gunn interactive game. It is an Ilphonic game. We're going to get back to Halloween as soon as I'm done ranting about this. Not much to rant. Predator Hunting Grounds is a game that is fun if you know what the hell you're doing. Fire Team can be fun, but Predators sweat their ass off. Not all this is not every game. It's not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There are Predators that aren't that great. Like last night, I had to have been a brand new Predator because he was playing Hunter, Fervent, the normal Predator, the basic one, the starting Predator. He wasn't that great. I could see him up on trees and that. We're shooting at him, and nothing. But there are other games where we get destroyed in 5 seconds. When I play Predator, now granted, I can be a decent Predator. The way I play, I like to try to be as stealthy as possible, but it's hard to pull that off. Especially when you got good fire team members that are trying to blast your ass and they can literally see you when you're holding still, invisible. How they do it, I don't even know. I can't do that. I like to play the Jungle Hunter mostly because he's the OG Predator, and I like playing the OGs. I like to play the cool ones that I really like. It's like with Halloween the game, Michael Myers, the original version of Michael. It's going to be my main Michael. Hopefully they got other versions of Michael coming that way. But let me go back to Predator. I'm getting excited about Halloween again. It's a fun game. And the fact that there's still a player base in that says something. For those people that are saying that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is dead in the water, Dead by Daylight is quote-unquote dying for the 100th time I've heard that. Fortnite is dying apparently. No, it's not. Predator Hunting Grounds is dead in the water. Still has a player base. Another thing that drives me crazy about online people, they talk out of their ass so much and they over-exaggerate everything. They literally genuinely believe they're right and you're wrong. Well, guess what? At some point, everyone's wrong about something. Hell, I'm wrong about things. I'm not saying I'm right about everything. I could be wrong about everything I'm saying. But I'm not. I'm just speaking from experience, from my personal views on how I've seen things over the years on the online gaming aspect. They all have one thing in common. Great core play designs, but the community is just god awfully horrible to each other. Horrible. And it pisses me off. Why can't everybody just get along? Instead of getting egotistical about every little thing. It's a video game, guys. They're all video games. They're an escape from reality. Don't bring reality into this escape. Just because you had a bad day doesn't mean you get to come in and ruin someone else's day. That doesn't achieve anything. And it doesn't make you feel better. it only makes things worse for you. So, the only game that truly made me feel good about myself, that made me feel like I was actually good at it, was only Friday the 13th, the game when the servers were up. I used to be one of the best Part 7 Jasons out there. Now, granted, reiterate, if I could even talk, that'd be nice. Let me say this. I didn't say I was the best Jason overall. I'm saying I was one of the best Jasons in the game. Specifically playing Part 7, one of the weakest Jasons in the game. The only game I've truly had fun with. Because I was actually respected by a majority of people. I was actually known in the community. I was actually more alive than ever, is what I'm trying to say. Then Dead by Daylight came into my life. And I just felt like nothing. I felt like nothing. It has brought out nothing but misery. It has brought nothing but negativity. The polar opposite of Friday the 13th. I can still have fun with Dead by Daylight up until it starts to piss me off, which is every fucking day. And when it does that, either I end up being persistent, hoping that the next match will be better, but it gets worse and worse and worse. And when that train goes off, it's just going to keep going to the point where I break something. Again, Dead by Daylight is the only game that's the worst community I've ever dealt with, and it is love-hate relationship at its finest. Love the game, but I hate the people I play with. Not everyone. Again, I will say this again. Not all of them are horrible, but most of them are, from my experience. Again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times, but I've also been right about a lot of things. Texas Chainsaw Massacre had a lot of potential, but it's been crushed under the weight of the community and Gun Interactive. Predator Hunting Grounds. Whoa, let me go back. Fortnite. Still a fun game. It doesn't piss me off. It gets irritating, yes. It does drive me nuts sometimes when I get blasted. My shields are gone and my health is gone in an instant, but it takes 100 bullets for me to do it to the other person. Skill issue, I know. So Fortnite's the one that pretty much least of all pisses me off. We're excluding Friday the 13th because that's the only game that I truly just don't get pissed off at. Predator Hunting Grounds can be fun, but there are times where people are just absolute scummy. Or they may be hacking or something, who knows. But there are some bugs in that game too, especially when I play Predator. I'm trying to leap away and I end up bouncing off of trees and fences and buildings and stuff, and I'm like, go over the building, not up and back down where I would just leap. Things like that just irritate me, but whatever. Anyways, there's not a whole lot of gaming, online games that I play, and there's a majority of them, they're pretty big deal games, to me at least. And it's funny how, again, I'll say this. People are saying Predator Hunting Grounds is dead. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is dead. As long as they have a player base, it's not dead. That's a pet peeve I got, or a hot take, however you want to. When Friday the 13th, the game, so I watched a video the other day. And I'm not going to say the person's name because I respect the guy. I don't agree with everything he says, but he was saying how Friday the 13th, the game, was rapidly losing a player base within not even a year of its release. When I was playing the game, even up until its servers shut down, it had quite a bit of a player base. Yes, it did. Never died. As long as it has a player base, it's still alive. Minus the whole content, yeah, dead that way, yeah, sure. But as long as there's people playing it, it's going to be alive. Fortnite still has a player base. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even though cut content, once again, still has a player base. I don't care how big or how small, it's got a player base. It will still thrive. Predator Hunting Grounds still has a player base. Dead by Daylight, we don't talk about that. That's the only game that can literally outbeat everything because there's no competition. And that's why that game is being shitty right now, especially with all the bugs and stuff and the behavior. The developers are doing a poor job at trying to fix the game. And they're just about to come out with a new chapter that's probably going to break everything again. But we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. Hell, it could be the funnest chapter in a while for me. Springtrap, the Five Nights at Freddy's chapter came out. That was one of the funnest chapters I played. That was peak of 2025 and for Dead by Daylight. After that, it just went to shit horribly when the Walking Dead chapter came out. One of the chapters I wanted for so long, and I was disappointed. But all I cared about was having Rick Grimes, my boy Rick. I liked having Michonne. Daryl and Maggie's great additions too. But Rick is probably my next P100 if I even play that game anymore at this point. I know I will, by the way. Can't get away from it till Halloween comes out. So I've talked about all these other games. Friday the 13th, the game is my favorite of the online asymmetrical games. It is the one that brought me into the world. It is the one that truly made me feel alive more than anything in the world. Dead by Daylight completely squandered it. Texas Chainsaw, I felt like I wanted to be the #1 Leatherface player. I ended up being one of the worst. I failed at trying to be a good player at that. Fortnite's just there for me if I got nothing else to play. Or if I want to stare at Black Widow's butt. So there's that. I know, I'm naughty. And then Predator Hunting Grounds. That game I just had a blast playing when it first came out. Then they just nerfed the Predator. After they specifically said they weren't going to nerf the Predator, a week later they nerfed the Predator. I'm just rambling random information that probably nobody ever even cares about, but whatever. So now we have reached Halloween the game. The most anticipated, the most excited that I have been for a video game ever. Period. Halloween the game, I know there are concerns with people when it comes to Gun Interactive being involved, especially after what they did to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. IllFonic are still supporting Predator Hunting Grounds. Ghostbusters? I never played that. Then there's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Never played it. Don't have any care in the world for that game. What's the one thing that IllFonic has over Gun Interactive? They still support their games. Gun bailed from Friday the 13th the game because they had no choice when it came to a lawsuit. They got a pass for that. I understand completely for that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, there was no excuse. Again, my opinion, the community ran him away. But still, that was shady as fuck. Now we have Halloween the game, where the roles are reversed from Friday the 13th. Gun Interactive are great at creating a core game design. And I'm happy that they're involved with Halloween because I know that they know how to create something that they are so passionate about. They are very passionate about the things they work on. The live service aspect is where Gun fails. Okay? Trying to keep the game going, the content and all that, it's hard to do. I get it. And the licensing stuff, yes, we get it. But IllFonic are the lead developers. They have a better track record. Not by much, but they have a better track record than Gun. They keep Predator alive. They're still pumping updates for Predator. And another thing that Halloween the game has over the other ASIMs, single player. Single player will hold you over. Single player mode, if they pull it off, it sounds like they will because it sounds very promising how they got unlockables and all this other stuff and replayability is in the mix. Yes, there you go. There you go. That's it. You need replayability, you need unlockables, collectibles, all that stuff. I'm there for that. I'm down for that. I like that. I love it. I want some more of it. No pun intended. The multiplayer aspect. Hopefully, don't look. I played Friday the 13th, the game where I did the same shit over and over and over and over. I'm pretty repetitive myself. I'm okay with that. From what I've seen with Halloween the game, it seems like it's very promising and it's a very spiritual successor to Friday the 13th the game. And the fact that Ilphonic and Gun Interactive roles reverse no matter what who's the lead developer, I think that's awesome. It's what I wanted. The people who made Friday the 13th game, my favorite game of all time, are making my potentially new favorite game of all time. I know for damn sure it's going to be. You know why? Because it's Michael fucking Myers. It's John Carpenter's original Halloween. Halloween is my favorite movie of all time. I grew up with that movie since I was 6 years old. Halloween made me into filmmaking. It got me into being a filmmaker. It got me doing what I'm doing right now, what I'm doing today, what I'm doing with this camera, this laptop. My technique in filmmaking, you've seen it with Halloween Resurgence, Friday the 13th Resurgence, Halloween Resurgence 2, the original horror franchise films, all that stuff is because of Halloween, the John Carpenter original Halloween. And now it's being ported into the game, into the asymmetrical world that I'm so involved with, that I'm very experienced with. Now I know my hype is extremely high, but I'm also a little on guard because I need to dumb things down because what if it comes out super buggy? It probably will. Elphonic and Gun have been known to bring out buggy games when they come out. Friday the 13th is a great example, but I wasn't around when that happened. I caught it when it came out on disc, October 13th, 2017, several months after it originally came out. That was when Part 4 Jason and the Map of Jarvis came out, and man, that was when I was so hooked. Friday the 13th is my second favorite horror franchise. Halloween's my number one. Michael Myers is my favorite horror villain of all time, if not the villain of all time for me. And he is. Next is going to be Heath Ledger's Joker, because, come on. The Dark Knight's fucking epic. But Michael Myers is a big influence in my life. And the fact that I can finally properly play him in the way that he should be played in this stealthy and mood and atmosphere with the Halloween music playing. I hope I don't get copyright music with that crap when a game actually comes out, because that would really suck. I hope that don't happen. But anyways, playing on Haddonfield properly, hunting down NPCs, it gave me some Predator Hunting Grounds vibes, where I can kill NPCs instead of actual players. You have something else to do aside from going after real players who, I mean, later down the road could be toxic as hell to you. I know that the community's my phone just went off. I don't like that. Sorry. Going on a rant here, my phone goes off like that. Screw you, phone. I love you, by the way. But Halloween the game, man, it's all building up to this game. And I've probably gone way too off topic, but as far as the streaming world goes, it has not gone in the way I wanted it to. Because I thought I was going to. The reason I'm doing it on YouTube now is I thought I could get more people to actually watch me stream. Because I have over 1,000 subscribers. I only have 52 followers on Twitch. I'm not getting much better on YouTube. That's the main reason I did it. I wanted to see if I can get more traction. And I do understand it's hard to do that. And it takes time. And I thought I'd make this long video to pretty much say, this is what I'm doing, this is my rant, these are my pros and cons, and I'm just building up to Halloween the game. That's the whole point of this. And I'm going on 40 minutes long. Holy crap. I am going way overboard. But yes, I just thought I'd jump on here and tell you guys, if you've seen my negative side, I'm sorry. And I'm trying to do better. Which brings me to this. The new year is coming up. Christmas is coming up. I have plans to stream something on the New Year's. It's a series. If you know me well enough, I'm a hardcore Resident Evil fan. I've been building this up for about a week now. As you know, Resident Evil Requiem is coming out at the end of February this coming year. I thought I'd take it upon myself to start my new year off by playing a majority of all the Resident Evil games. Not every single one of them, by the way. I don't have all of them. I am a hardcore Resident Evil fan. I love the lore. I love the characters. But there's a majority of games that I absolutely really enjoy playing. Some of them not so much. I have played a couple of other ones. I don't have them anymore because I just don't like them. So I'm going to go over the list that I'm going to be playing. Obviously, the original trilogy, Resident Evil, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, then the original Resident Evil 4, arguably the best Resident Evil game to a lot of people. And of course, my personal favorite, well, used to be my personal favorite, Resident Evil 5, the one that got me into Resident Evil. Resident Evil 6, I was contemplating on playing that one because it's definitely my least favorite in the series, and there are some things I like about it, but I just overall it just doesn't feel like a Resident Evil game. But let me take that away. It still has some fun moments. It's just I don't care. Resident Evil 7, I will not be playing. I don't have that game. I have no desire to play it. I've played almost halfway through of it. Didn't care for it at all. So I'm sorry for you Resident Evil 7 fans. From what I've seen, I watched a playthrough of it a while back. There were things that I really liked about it, but it's not for me. Resident Evil Village, I do like that one. I think it has more interesting characters in it, specifically Lady Dimitrescu. I will be playing that. And then, of course, the remake of the first game. Gotta play the remake, man. The remake is excellent. The RE Engine games, Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 remake. You know me. If you paid attention to certain things, I like RE3 remake a lot. Now, I know a lot of people don't like that game because of how different it is from the original and how they cut half of it out. I don't care. If you don't like it, play the original. I appreciate the remake for what it is. I really enjoy it. Some days I prefer RE2 over 3, and there are days where I prefer 3 over 2. They're both interconnected with one another. It depends on my mood. If I want a slow burn survival horror, RE2 remake's the one. If I want to go for more fast-paced action, RE3 remake's the one. But my favorite Resident Evil is Resident Evil 4 Remake. It just a hair beats Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 4 Remake is everything that just flows perfectly for me. It is one of the best games I've played in a long time, surprisingly, too. I knew I was going to really like the remake, but I didn't think I'd like it better than the original or just Resident Evil 5. So there's that. I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 5 remake. Oh, I'm down for a Code Veronica remake. I won't be playing the original, by the way. I played it once. I did like some things about it, but there are things I just don't like about it at all. And it is confusing as shit trying to navigate through that whole area. The map, and just the facilities and all of that stuff. I like that Claire's the main character, and Chris is in it, and Wesker's in it, and all that, but it's not really my favorite Resident Evil, so I'm sorry if I have to be a Debbie Downer about Code Veronica, but I'd be down for a remake. Hell, I'd be down for a Resident Evil 1 remake. You never know. But I wanted to come in here and say, hey, I'm going to be streaming Resident Evil series. Starting probably the 1st because I'm off New Year's Day. I'm probably going to start day 1, January 1st, 2026. Planning. The future is uncertain. If anybody's interested, I'll probably either do it early in the morning or in the afternoon. It's possibly going to be early in the morning, depending on what I got going on. I'll probably make another update soon, a shorter version, condensed version, because this video is long as hell. I didn't expect it to be this long. I'm just going on a super rant, and I hope everybody can listen to me really well, because this new camera, with the quality it is, and the sound on the mic is, I hope that everybody heard me just okay on this. So, that's all I got to really say. Got nothing else to really kind of touch up on. I had my rants. I know I can drag things out. I know I can go a little bit off topic a few times. But I just want you guys to know that, hey, I'm sorry if I appeared negative on my live streams specifically. And for those of you that do like watching my live streams, I appreciate you stopping by. And for those of you that didn't know that I was live streaming, I'm live streaming. I'm live streaming. And if you guys are interested in watching what I have to play, stop on in, give me a comment, say, hey, I like what you do. And if you don't, then that's all right. Don't bother me none. I'm not going to force anybody to do anything. I am here to simply have a good time, to have fun, and that's why I do what I do, to enjoy what I do, and to keep my channel going, pretty much. And to just pretty much connect with my audience. And the fact that I have over 1,000 subscribers, I just felt like I needed to owe everybody this appreciation. And I will try to do better. Try. I'm not always successful when I say this, but I try. And it's all because Halloween the game has boosted that for me. So, we have things to look forward to in 2026. What are you guys looking forward to in 2026 when it comes to video games or movies and all that stuff? Halloween the game is it for me, man. And of course, Resident Evil Requiem, I'm really enjoying looking forward to that. That's my number 2. Then there's a Hellraiser game coming out as well. They're even remaking Halo. I like Halo. Their campaign Evolved, whatever it's called. They're even, what else are they making? I'm skipping out on something else. Tomb Raider! I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Lara Croft, my baby girl Laura. Baby girl Laura over here is looking at me like, hey man, like what the hell? You're going to miss out on me? They're making a remake of the original, pretty much. Legacy of Atlantis, I guess it's called. It's a remake to the original. And then there's another one coming out in 2027 that's going to be called Catalyst. I'm not too crazy about that one. But hey, we're getting 2 Tomb Raider games. Tomb Raider fans, you're going to love the shit out of that. But I'm looking forward to Legacy of Legacy of Thieves. Legacy of Atlantis. And I have it wishlisted on my PS5 just randomly yesterday when I looked at it. Just randomly. I was like, oh, there it is. I might as well wishlist it. I have Halloween the game wishlisted for until they announce the pre-order. Either I get a physical edition or a digital. I don't know, depending on what they have to offer. Because when Texas Chainsaw Massacre was announced for pre-order, they had a poster for physical edition, and I wanted that poster. So if they do the same thing with Halloween, I'm probably going to get a physical disc. And I'm a physical disc guy. I like my physical medias. And I'm sure a lot of you do too. Anyways, I'm done for the day. Sorry I dragged this video out for so long. But if you like the fact that I had to say what I wanted to say, my personal opinions about things, and if you don't agree with me, that's all right. Everyone's entitled to have an opinion. Just because you don't disagree, or if you don't agree with me, doesn't give anybody the right to attack anyone. So, what's the moral of the story here? As far as people and communities and video games, be nice to one another. Be nicer to everybody. At the end of the day, you don't know how everybody's feeling. Everybody is entitled to have feelings, humanity, and all that. Apathy, empathy, feelings, at all. Reach out. Be kind to each other. Because who knows? You never know when your last day is going to be. Live life on your own terms. Live life better than you used to be the day before. Live life on good terms with people. Don't live life at the end with bad terms, because I know how that feels like. It's not cool at all. I'm in bad terms with some people right now, but I wish them the best of luck. Live life with love, not hate. I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys have a good Merry Christmas. If I don't post a video beforehand, have a Merry Christmas, have a Happy New Year, and expect me to live stream Resident Evil Day 1 of January 2026. I hope you're looking forward to that, because I'll be there. And if you are there, I'll be happy to see you. Clayfair, the Horror franchise, signing out, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.